Okay, we're going to begin this morning with getting access to this location from underneath where we can drill our 2 holes for our LED mounting. And in order to do that, we're going to have to take our audio shade off, and this is just kind of stuck up there. This is a tacky putty, which just doesn't stick real hard, but enough to hold on. I want you to look how naked that looks without the audio shade. It really enhances the completion of the dash. Now, we're going to remove the audio system, and to do that, this is a T10 torque bit, and we just remove all of these. And I'm not going to there's 4 of them, so I'll come back. Okay, I'm getting the last one out, and then the bezel will just come right off, and you just put that over to the side, and then your radio will just pop right out once you get a little finger around the edge, and just kind of pull the wires down a little bit. I'm not going to unplug them. I hate to unplug things unless I absolutely have to, but your finger can, or your hand can reach up there and feel behind there, so there's nothing behind there that would interfere with me drilling 2 holes here. And then I will pull my wires up through the firewall, and then I'll make my connection. Now we're showing pulling my lead up. There's a little slot down there through the firewall that you can run your wire. I have lined up, well, first I put a 1-inch wide blue painter's tape up there and secured it in between here. This is 3 inches across. And then I found the halfway point of the blue painter's tape, and I use this as my center line to find the center. And then I found the center of either side. So my 2 lights are going to be in these spots, and I can look at it and see that those holes look even enough for me to drill them, and I will mount my lights there, and there's nothing behind there to get any problems with drilling through wires or anything like that. So make sure you feel up and everything is clear. Now I'm going to drill a pilot hole here. This is a small bit. My finish hole is going to be 5/16, and I think that's the size of the shank of my LED. Okay, let's see. Alright, that looks good. Okay, I'm going to get to the best I can in the center of that, have a firm grip, and give it a quick burst. There it went. Okay, that looks good. Now I'm going to go ahead and drill this hole so that I can see the position, and then make sure that I make any kind of adjustments. I don't want to drill both holes right now. I want to get one mounted, and then I will work with the other one. So my 5/16, and this should do the job. Okay, and I'm gonna put it down on a clutching, yeah. Okay, now I'm gonna get right in the center, push firmly, and a quick burst. You see how that wants to suck in? So you want to make sure that you're ready for that. Just going to do a little fit check to see that the hole is going to, whoop. Now, you should take the mounting nut loose, and there's a lock washer under there, because that's going to go underneath. And I'll put this through there. Okay. Perfect. It's a perfect match, yeah. Okay. That'll look good. All right. Drill's ready. I got my small bit, and I'm going to press firmly, and everything looks good to me. So I'm going to try to get that in there, and I push firmly, and I'm giving it a zip. Okay. All right. But the important thing is have a layout. Don't just try to eyeball it, or you could be off. So lay something out that will work for you. And now, firmly, I'm going to drill. Now I'm pushing firmly. See, that wants to suck in there. So you got to be ready for that. For the video, I'm going to just go ahead and show mounting this. The nut and the washer are off, and now I route my leads through here, pop this baby in there, and then I put my lock washer on. Now again, you're working in an area where you drop something and then you got a brand new problem, so be very careful about that. I'm going to put the lock washer over there, and then I'm going to put the nut over top of that, and I'm going to hold on. Don't let go of that, because you're going to end up with a problem. Now, while I adjust myself, I'm going to work these up to the end of it until I can just screw that baby on, and you're doing this all by feel. Okay, there. Now, we're gonna check this out, and red and black in the proper places, and there we go. Is that going to be able to be seen from the driver and the passenger? My passengers can even say, Sam, your turn signal is still on. Stick it through here. Okay. And, nice fit. Again, the lock washer first, and hold on to that end for dear life, because if you drop it, there's a good chance it's going to be down in there somewhere. Okay, and now I'm going to work my hand with the washer pushing and the nut, and just by feel I will get this on the shaft. All right, now we're at the point where I have soldered the connection to the left blinker indicator light with my lead from the left lamp signal lead, and I've got shrink wrap here. Now, I did make an error in judgment, and I had the shrink wrap close to this area, and the heat melted it a little bit and shrunk it down, so I had to cut that off. What you need to do is pull the shrink wrap far enough back, or get it on the smaller lead here far enough back that you can slide it over after it cools. Now you could just wind these together and then pull them down tight if that's the way you want to do it. You don't have a soldering iron or what have you. I just like the solder connection myself. So now what I'm going to do is, with a nice clean area there, I'm going to take and slide the heat shrink over to where it's kind of in the center. Let's see, right about there. That's the center. And now I just simply have to heat this up. But before I do, I'm going to hook the other one up. Don't forget this, is get your shrink wrap, and I'm going to push it on to this side. I think it'll be a little better. Okay, I'm going to shove it on up there where the heat doesn't shrink it down. And now I'm going to make a little twist in these. And like that. Get this a little more wire if you want. There. Heat this baby up. And I'm going to make sure there's no sharp edges up. And now I just slide this over down to about halfway. Okay. And then the next thing is we have to take the two grounds and put them together. And I just wrap them together, both of them. And here is my ground lead. I had to actually go out to the bolt that holds the coolant. The coolant reservoir has a bolt there that I was able to slide a connector onto. Wanted to show you where I got my ground from. Right there. So that's a good ground and a short distance to go. Don't forget your sleeve and make sure that these two wires are connected together good. Pull them up even and just twist them good. They came loose from all the activity. Then carefully just thread this thing back under there, and this will conduct less heat. And grab the end and pull that baby all the way up there. Then you're going to take this and you're going to kind of twist these together. Okay, anyway, I got those wrapped a little better, or stripped a little better, and now I'm going to wrap it around and then solder it. And get all the wires. Okay. Let them dry or cool. It doesn't take long. And that becomes one piece there, which is a better connection, trying to wrap these small wires to big wires. So let's let that cool a little bit. Yeah, right there. Now if you just slide this baby in there, and if there's any kind of little burrs on there, you can kind of crump them down, pull her on around, and there we have the ground. Okay, I'm not doing anything until I test this out. So now we've got our both LED signal leads connected, and we have our ground wire connected. So now we should have lights. when we do it. There's the right and the left. Voila! I'm going to heat that, and that'll be the answer. Now I'm going to try, I think I can use this to heat it, and I believe it will work. I'm just going to put it under one heat, and maybe the hair dryer might work, but this should do the trick. Is I'm heating that up all the way along because I know it's going to work. There, this is a nice, and I just kind of go on down and just go the whole length, and take your time and don't damage the wire. Now just pack your wires back in there out of the way, and then just pop this baby on there, and then you take your basil and pop it on there, and then take your 4 screws and hex or torque 10 tool, and you're set to go. And I got to put my audio shade in place. I wouldn't do without that. You can see the difference that it makes. All right, let's check this out for real. Everything is put back together, and now we're going to turn this on. Everything fires up, and we're going to first make a left-hand turn. Oh, I have no trouble. That actually flashes in my eyes without any trouble. And then we're going to make a right-hand turn. Perfect. Okay, now I'm going to, that's what you get when you get your flashers on. Cool. Okay. I deem it a success, and I don't think I'm going to ride around with the blinkers going. They'll be canceled right after the turn due to my indicators letting me know. So good luck on your project, and I hope it comes out as well as mine.